for coming here to participate in this. This all really kind of started, fortunately, I've been coming to CSU because of Dave Tweet and helping Dave teach some endoscopy courses here. And my wife came with me one meeting and we're talking. I said, we had a 10-year, reunion, which we couldn't make. And I said, it'd be kind of, you should maybe think about it. And so she said, you know what, I'm going to call somebody at the veterinary school. So she did, and they put us in touch with Marin Sordy, and she met us, and she brought us a class list, talked to us about things, and she said, we usually do, 50 year. And I said, well, I want to do 40. And I said, we had people in our class that were in their 30s, and I actually talked to John Marlin about this, and he said, Mike, I'm glad you're doing the 40, because if you did the 50, I'd be 85 years old, and I'm not sure I'm going to be here. So anyway, that's where it started, and then, next was, my wife and I, Miriam, and our good friends with Tom and Ruth Linfield. And we see each other, as often as we can. And so I recruited Tom, and then I thought, well, Lisa Kurtz will try to put on a 25-year reunion. Let me talk to her. So I called Lisa, and she was in. And then from there, we sent out a little questionnaire, and then Donna DeBona said, I'd really like to help you guys out. And what a gift that was.
Thank you.
The website is phenomenal. Just really, really great. And then we moved along. It seemed like a long way off, and fortunately, some connections that I had because of coming here to these courses. And so Vincent, who did the catering tonight, I thought the food was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So, Vincent caters that, for the attendees at the meetings, and the food is always great. And so that was a great connection there. And then they put me up at the Elizabeth when I'm here. And what a wonderful hotel that is. I mean, just a fantastic place. The reality, I got a little pushback because it is more expensive than other hotels, but the reality is where that's located, where you can walk to Old Town and do all that stuff. You can't do that from any other hotel in Fort Collins. So that's how this all sort of came about. So anyway, people I wanted to thank was Marin, who's been through us. She put all the swag together that we got from the veterinary school. And then we had the people from the Elizabeth, which I'm going to remember their names now. You think I'd remember them because I talked to them quite a bit. So Lamore Crane and Kelsey Moore. And wasn't the patio a fantastic place?
It was so interesting. Yeah, it's very good.
All the drinks here come through Oakview. They're the only licensed people to serve alcohol on the campus, but the people that I work with there, Kristen Solano was fantastic. And then for the Alumni Center, what a nice place this is. And I didn't even know, originally I had planned it at a different place, and then I re-looked at this and I thought, man, what a nice place. And so that's worked out good. I want to thank a guy in Tucson, Jim Franks, who was a retired 4th grade teacher. He's the one that did the name badges and put that together. Craig Chandler, made the logo that we utilized. And then we used also from Beth Kingery. She also made a logo which we used on the itinerary. So thank you guys for that. And then the slideshow here, all you guys sent in photos, which is fantastic. And I kind of was like, I don't know really how to take this and put it into some type of presentation. So I called this guy who was an intern and then an ER doctor and owns a practice now in Tucson. And I said, Dimitri, can you help me do this? And he said, just send the pictures over. My 7th grade daughter will put this presentation together for you. And so she did. So her name is Zoe. So right now, Lisa's going to come up and give you some information, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to talk about the mugs and
I wanted to say just a couple things. Thanks again, all of you, for coming, because I was so excited about this and that everybody was so enthusiastic. And so you've made a huge effort, to come and join us, and it's been fantastic. So I wanted to say a little bit about the mugs, the Duck Patrol mugs on the table. I was talking to Bob Miller, who I met like 6 or so years after we graduated, when I joined the ski group. And I told him we were having a 4-year reunion.
Very cute.
And I said, is there any way you would be willing to do a cartoon for our class?
Nice.
And he said, sure. He goes, did anything funny ever happen in your class while you were in school? And I said, oh boy, that is a long list of things. Let me think about this. And I wanted to pick something that most everybody had experienced at some point in time. And I was telling him about Dr. Ingram's Duck Patrol for neurology. And most of you probably experienced this, but he was famous for not telling you where he was going or what you were looking for. So, you could be going to the barn, you could be going to a small animal, you could be looking at a dog, a cat, a horse, whatever. And he never would express where you were going. So you just had to follow him. And your classmates, I remember them quacking at us as you walked down the hall, because Dr. Ingram was going down the hall and was followed by all his little students, not knowing where we're going. And so I told this story to Bob Miller, RMM, and he said, he goes, let me work up something for you. And he came up with a cartoon that is on the top, and he was super nice. He just had his 96th birthday.
Wow.
So, he was super nice to do this for us. And I sort of designed the rest of the cup. And then Sue very graciously offered to foot half the bill for this, because we wanted to give you guys a gift of some sort. And she says, oh sure. She goes, can I just chip in on that? I said, great, you're my financier. So the cups are a gift to all the classmates. I have some extras if you guys want an extra one for somebody. Bob Miller was so nice to do this. I do have a card back there on the fireplace. And if you guys would not mind signing that, just thank him for the cups. It's a birthday card. Also, is turning 96 is pretty awesome. And he told me, he goes, retirement at 96 years of age is still a fantasy. So thank you guys all again for coming. And I think I told Grant my favorite Dr. Ingram story was I was in equine rounds, not a neurology case, just regular rounds. And I turned around and Dr. Ingram was standing behind me. And I must have looked kind of surprised because he had no students with him, wasn't a neurology case, nothing to do with neurology. And he leaned over and he says, you don't think they'll think to look for me here, do you? True story. And I don't know, he had a big smile on his face. I was going to break out laughing in the middle of round, so I didn't. But I don't know if the urban legend of him taking kids to the parking lot and getting in his car and driving away, I don't know if that is true or not. Any of you, if that actually happened, let me know. But thanks again for coming, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Lisa.
So before we bring Kevin up, I just wanted to, we're going to do something, to me it's kind of special, but I've reconnected with Frank. We knew him as Frank McGee, but he's now Fran McGee, which is really his real name. And so when we were doing this reunion, I really, Fran was one of my closest friends, and I really wanted him to come. And so I asked the other members on the committee, would it be okay if Fran came? And they all of them said, of course, it would be great. So I contacted Fran, and he was really excited. He said, "Man, I thank you for doing this. Really like to come. The only date that is problematic for me is June 2nd. My son's getting married in Mexico." And so it didn't work. So I talked to Fran. I said, "You know, Donna's been making some videos of some of our classmates that are on the website." And I said, "Would you be willing to make a video?" Because when he sent me the email, I neglected to tell you this, and he said, "Boy, Greta and I really wanted to come." And he said, because I would look at this as some closure for me with my classmates because of what happened. So I said, "Would you be willing to make a video?" And so he wrote something up, and we talked about it, and he made the video. So I'm going to play that video for you now. Well, Fran is who sponsored the drink tickets tonight. So, yeah. He was more than willing, and he sponsored the drink tickets for tonight. Fran is a very successful guy, and he has a ranch in Mackay, Idaho, and he breeds, he crosses Herefords with Angus, calls them Blackbirds, and he's got a large ranch there, and that's where him and Greta hang out. He's now, right now, working on his 5th biotech company. So very successful. But anyway, I want to play this for you.